Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to take you all along with me for a mid-month reset. We're going to be checking in with goals and intentions, our budget. I thought we could just motivate each other over the next couple of days to do the things that we said we were going to do this month, and I hope you enjoy coming along with me. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Liz. I'm a married mom to 3, almost 40, and here on my channel I love sharing my journey in learning to live with more intention, save with purpose, and spend with joy. I love sharing personal finance vlogs, real life from this stage in life. I have older children and I'm really learning to just embrace who I am, enjoy the season of life, all while planning for the future and going after some really big financial goals and dreams. If that's content you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I'm so grateful that you're here. And introduce yourself in the comments. I really do enjoy chatting with everyone. That is what I love most about YouTube. It is currently Friday. We don't have a ton going on, so it's a great opportunity for me to really check in and just do the things that I said I wanted to do this month. So right now I'm headed to get a pedicure. That was one of the things that I wanted to do this month. So I'm gonna go ahead to the nail salon and get that done, and then we'll see where the rest of the video takes us. Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I disappeared last night because we ended up getting together with some friends and enjoying time together, which was so fun. And one of my goals for May was to make more time for friends. I feel like we've been doing a really good job at that. I thought this morning I would just take a few minutes to check in with my written goals. I think it's really easy to set goals and say you're going to do all of these things, but I've learned that it is so important to check in with those goals that you've set for yourself. It can be so easy to write them and get excited about them at the beginning of the month, and then halfway through the month feel like you haven't really accomplished anything. I talked about having my vision board on Pinterest where every single month, once I set my goals, I make like a little vision board with pictures that resemble the things that I want to get done in that month. And then I do check in with that every single morning. Great reminder, especially for me because I am a visual person, but having them written down and then checking in with them is equally as important. And also, if you haven't written any goals out for this month, it's never too late. So my categories are home, career, income, health, personal, family, adventure, spirit, marriage, and friendships. So my home category, measurable goals for May are to declutter and deep clean one area per week and stick to my simple weekly cleaning schedule. I can honestly say that I have been doing that every single week. On my plan for the week, I write down whatever area that I want to deep clean or declutter, and then I am sticking to my simple weekly cleaning schedule. I'm also getting my kids more involved, which, to be honest with you, I've never been good at delegating. It's something that I'm learning and I'm trying to embrace. Also, my husband's been helping more, and not because he didn't want to before. I feel like I needed to let go of a lot of things, but a lot of like control and things have to be done a certain way. They don't have to be done a certain way. As long as the house is getting clean, why not accept the help? Accepting help is something that I'm taking into my 40s. Absolutely. And then this weekend, actually, to touch on that, I really want to remulch the backyard, the front yard, kind of really deep clean that. The next category is career. My measurable goals for May. And when I say measurable, I mean making it very specific. I think that really helps. Like, for example, if I were to say, grow on YouTube, that's not really something that I can check off. What can I control in that? Well, I can control actually creating the new channel. I can control creating videos for the new channel. So again, it's just being a little bit more specific. Did create the new channel, which I'm so grateful for. And it's been so fun to connect with all of you. And just, I'm super grateful that I pushed myself outside my comfort zone. I feel very vulnerable sharing here, but it feels very freeing. And side note, if there's ever anything that's in your heart, an idea, start a business, start a new hobby, maybe you want to create a YouTube channel, don't let anything stop you. Follow that nudge because it might lead you down a really beautiful path. Little side note on that. Okay, so income, measurable goal for May is to track our finances daily with joy and ease. I do that every single morning. I recently shared a day in the life video where I talk about habits that have truly changed my life. This is one of them. I find it really easy to just do it every single day because then there's not a lot of transactions that I need to catch up on, or it doesn't feel overwhelming. Because I've learned about myself that when things feel big and overwhelming, I typically will run away from them and hide from them. Staying on top of things really does help me so much. Health, measurable goals for May are to walk 2 to 3 times a day. Our dog makes it really simple because she's a puppy and she has lots of energy. So really just making sure that I am getting those steps in, which I have been doing. What I really want to take with me even from now into June and make this a June goal is to not be on my phone while I'm walking. Sometimes I have a tendency to just like pull out my phone. I want to get better at that. Working out twice a week, that is something that I have been doing. So very proud of that. Personal goal, got my pedicure yesterday, which I'm so happy I did. I actually really love the color. And I also got my eyebrows waxed, which was very needed, and very happy because I came in under budget. With tip, it was $62. I had budgeted $75, so I love when that happens. And then a second measurable goal is to book a massage. I have not done that, so I need to make sure that I put that on my plan for this week to book a massage. Next category is family. My measurable goal for May is to have a weekly family night tech-free. Full transparency, this has not been happening, which I can get upset about, or I can really ask myself, why is that not happening? The first 2 weeks of May have been tryouts for my son for hockey. My daughter's been really busy with cheer, kind of gearing up for a new season as well. But that is just the reality of being in this season of life with my kids that do travel sports. There are expectations and things that have to happen, but I could just allow myself to be derailed. I'm just gonna aim to make this a priority for this week. We don't really have much going on this week, so this goal is realistic for this week. The next goal for May is a fun family outing. We have not done that either, but I'm sure we will get up to something fun this weekend. Next category is adventure. Measurable goals for May is to book our anniversary trip, which we have not done. And the second goal is to start planning our summer vacation, which we actually worked on a little bit this morning, my husband and I. I can definitely check mark that. Experiences are so important to our family. I love to plan trips and I love to do it on a budget, so I will be sharing lots of tips and tricks on that. The next category is spiritual. Measurable goals for May are just taking time when I do a midday break walk with my dog, taking time to just be in nature and ground. I have been doing that every single day, and that time of day I do not pull my phone out. So I need to bring that discipline into the other times that I'm walking, because it really does make a difference. And second measurable goal for May is gratitude journaling daily, which I have been doing as part of my morning routine. Next category is marriage. Measurable goals for May are daily walking together, chatting together, just spending time, really dreaming. We're entering this season of life where we've been debt-free for a while now, and that has really opened up other conversations, dreaming together, and okay, what does this next season look like? So that has been happening this month. Second measurable goal is date night. We have not done that yet. And then friendships. Measurable goals for May is to have friends over and laugh, which we did. We had such a wonderful time. Making time for friends, we've been doing like we did last night, and talking with people outside of my circle. I have a check mark on that because I have been making an effort to do that. I really want to open myself up to make new friends. I was talking about this in a previous video, just making friends at this stage in life. Sorry if you just heard my dishwasher, it is very loud, but I have been making that an effort. You know, really pushing myself outside my comfort zone. I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. And it feels uncomfortable, but it also feels really freeing, and just not caring about looking perfect or talking perfectly, just really truly showing up as myself and opening myself up to new conversations and new people. I've been loving that. Also, mid-month check-in on our budget. It has been a little bit spendy. I also see a few gaps in our budget that I want to take care of. I want to get back on track and more intentional with our sinking funds. I think I want to do like a full sinking funds reset. Maybe I'll do a video on that. So looking at our budget, our expenses, so far groceries, we're still under budget. I have a couple more weeks of grocery shopping to do. I need to make sure that I am sticking to meal plans, really staying on budget, or if I could stay under budget, that would be even better. Eating out, we've completely blown the budget. I actually went in and added more money to this category because I could see where the month was going. $164.45. gas. We're on budget for the van gas. Clothing, so far I've spent $157.79 for a $200 clothing budget. Our dog's food was on sale this month, so we were able to save quite a lot of money on that. Protein powder, right on budget. Gifts, right on budget at $50. Gas for our second vehicle, we actually went over $50 because we were using it a lot more. Haircuts, right on budget, $120. My pedicure, I was actually under budget at $62. I do have a couple dollars left in my wallet because I did take out cash. So I still kept the $75 on here because that is what I physically took out of the bank. It's nice to have a couple extra dollars, maybe grab some ice cream or something. Skincare, I didn't have anything budgeted. I haven't spent anything on skincare. Date night, I did have $50 for date night. I moved that to eating out, which is why now eating out is at 100. And when I first did my budget, it was 50 because we have a gift card. We're gonna go to that restaurant for our date night and use that gift card. So that will end up costing us nothing. And then entertaining, right on budget, $178.75. And then wellness, I did have to repurchase some medication. So that was $18.74. Bills and subscriptions look great. So far, just waiting for our hydro to come out. The rest of our mortgage payments, we do pay weekly accelerated payments, and yeah, everything else looks great. We did have something positive happen. We're Canadian and we got a carbon tax rebate, which I wasn't expecting. I don't even know when this government money ever comes in. It just pops in every once in a while. So we ended up getting that and wasn't expected, which is great. So that is gonna cover any of the extra money that we spent this month and also gonna cover the cost of our mulch. I wanna get some hanging baskets. So that worked out really well. I budget in a zero-based budget type of way. So basically every single dollar of our income gets budgeted. And how I do this, just in case we do have months like this where we have done a little bit of overspending, is my favorite category is the travel category. We have a travel/family fun account, and that does not get transferred until the last day of the month because I am a natural spender and that is my favorite category. It almost is a little bit of discipline for me because I know that if I overspend in an area, I'm going to be pulling from that account to pay for whatever it is that we've overspent on. Because we got that carbon tax rebate, I think we're going to be okay. We might even have a little bit extra to put towards that account, which is always awesome. So that is where we're at. I really want to take the next couple of days and just enjoy doing the things that I said I wanted to do this month.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling. We on go. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings. My only hope. I look for the things I don't know.
That was a beautiful weekend, very well spent. I am dealing with a little bit of allergies, I think from being in the weeds and doing all of the yard work. It's definitely caught up with me. Just a couple things left on my list for this month, so I feel really good about that. And more importantly, instead of just feeling the urge to just check things off of my list, it's been really nice to enjoy the things instead of just rushing through my life, which I feel like I did so much of, especially those early years when my kids were very young. I'm really learning to take the time and enjoy the actual doing, not just rushing to get the check mark. And I think that that's something that I'm really learning, and just trying to remember to be present in all of the moments. My husband does a way better job at that than I do. I really want to continue to get better at that. Where did I leave off? Booked babysitting for our anniversary trip, so now we just have to pick a location, which I think we know what we're gonna do. The only thing left is family tech-free night. We recently set up our backyard, so we were thinking of doing like a big Monopoly game out here and having fun, maybe doing some s'mores and just enjoying time together. So that is something that is going to happen today, and I'm really looking forward to it. I've definitely had moments throughout the weekend where I was alone with each kid, which I also think is so lovely and needed. And you don't realize how you parent each kid differently, especially as your kids get older, and to be able to connect with them in the way that they need you to. I was doing a lot of that this weekend. Looking forward to tonight though. That'll be a lot of fun and just simple. And I also want them to know that it's not always the big grand things. It's sometimes just crowding around a coffee table playing a board game. Those are the moments that I really want them to remember. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me for this mid-month check-in. I hope I was able to motivate you and just encourage you. If you haven't set goals for yourself, it's never too late. And also, sometimes goals don't always happen the way that you want them to, or you're not able to check them off. But maybe that's part of the journey. It's always better to shoot for the stars and land on the moon. Right? Is that the saying? I'm not very good with my sayings, but I feel like that might be a good one. But thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you. And I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Don't forget to introduce yourself in the comments, say hello, let me know what you thought of this video. I hope you all have the most beautiful day.